Hello and welcome to Speak English Today, the channel where you learn real English with simple stories. Let's start the story. Emma has a job interview. It is a bright morning. Emma is standing in front of the mirror in her small apartment bedroom. She looks a little nervous, but also excited. Emma checks her phone. On the screen it says, Interview, 9 a.m. Emma studied English at school. She knows basic English, but she is still a little nervous. Emma takes a deep breath. She says, "Okay, I can do this." Later, Emma arrives at a modern office building. She walks to the reception desk. The receptionist says, "Good morning." Emma smiles and says, "Good morning." The receptionist asks, "How can I help you?" Emma answers, "I have a job interview." The receptionist replies, "Great, please sit down. The manager will call you soon." Emma says, "Thank you." Emma sits in the waiting area. She practices quietly. She whispers, "Nice to meet you, nice to meet you, nice to meet you." A few minutes later, a door opens. A man in a suit appears. He says, "Emma?" Emma stands up and says, "Yes, that's me." The man smiles. "Hello, Emma. I'm Mr. Brown." Emma smiles back and says, "Hello, Mr. Brown. Nice to meet you." Mr. Brown replies, "Nice to meet you too. Please come in." They walk into the interview room. Inside, there are 2 chairs and a desk. Mr. Brown says, "Please sit down." Emma sits and says, "Thank you for the opportunity." Mr. Brown asks, "Tell me about yourself." Emma thinks for a moment. Then she says, "My name is Emma. I am 22 years old. I am looking for a job." Mr. Brown nods. "Great. Do you have experience?" Emma answers, "Yes. I worked in a small store. I helped customers." Mr. Brown smiles. "Very good. Why do you want this job?" Emma smiles nervously and says, "Because I am a fast learner, and I like working with people." Mr. Brown says, "That's good." The interview continues. After a moment, Mr. Brown asks, "Do you have any questions?" Emma wants to be polite and friendly. She remembers the phrase, "Nice to meet you," but she uses it at the wrong moment. Emma says, "Yes, I have one question." Mr. Brown says, "Sure." Emma smiles and says, "Nice to meet you." Mr. Brown looks confused. He says, "Oh, nice to meet you too. Again?" Emma looks embarrassed. Something is wrong here. Did you notice what just happened? Let me explain. Emma used the expression, "nice to meet you," but she used it at the wrong moment. We say "nice to meet you" when we meet someone for the first time, not during the conversation. Let's see some simple examples. John meets Maria for the first time. John says, "Hello, I'm John." Maria says, "Hi, John, I'm Maria." John says, "Nice to meet you." Another example. A teacher meets a new student. The teacher says, "Welcome to the class." The student says, "Thank you." The teacher says, "Nice to meet you." Here is one more example. It is the first day at work. A coworker says, "Hi, I'm Daniel." You say, "Hello, Daniel. Nice to meet you." So remember this. Use "nice to meet you" when meeting someone for the first time. Now let's go back to Emma's interview. Mr. Brown asks again, "Do you have any questions?" This time, Emma smiles and says, "Yes. What are the work hours?" Mr. Brown answers, "From 9 to 5. Emma says, "Great. Thank you for the information." Mr. Brown replies, "You're welcome." Much better. Emma didn't repeat "nice to meet you."
She asked a real question, and that sounds much more natural. Let's do a quick recap. First, nice to meet you is used when you meet someone for the first time. Second, do not repeat it during the conversation. Third, in interviews, you can say, "Thank you for the opportunity." If you want to learn real English for everyday situations, subscribe to the channel. Every week we post simple English stories for beginners. See you in the next lesson.